As we dig deep into what the world has to offer, we found fruits with unusual colors, tastes, and shapes, all coming up on this episode of Top 10 Fruits You've Never Heard Of, Part 10. Number 10, Pineberry. This Chilean fruit, also called pineapple strawberry, was given the name Purin white strawberry to help promote this berry to the British market. Discovered by Spanish explorers, the pineberry is the oldest known strawberry. This white strawberry is one of two berries responsible for the common strawberry we eat today. Grown wild and cultivated organically, this berry is found in a protected mountain range overlooking the ocean near Mananao, Chile. Grown during Christmas time in this region, the pineberry is also cultivated commercially in greenhouses in the UK and the Netherlands. The first small-scale greenhouse was set up after 6 years of development and research. Tasting like the best strawberry you've ever had, the pineberry has a very aromatic scent and taste of pineapple, plus the obvious strawberry flavor. The flesh is very plump and juicy, and it's very satisfying to bite into. This berry pairs well with most sweet and savory flavors and dishes. Being high in fiber, antioxidants, vitamin A, C, and folate, this fruit helps boost the immune system, prevents birth defects, boosts energy and heart health. The general consensus among gardeners is that the pineberry won't fruit the first year the plant has been established. The second year will bear some white strawberries, but it probably will create some red ones too. It's recommended to have one regular strawberry plant for every 4 pineberries to help with pollination. Number 9, Curcin fruit. Native to southern Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, Bolivia, Peru, and South America, this fruit has 2 common names, being Curcin fruit and Jamaican cherry. Although its origins are in warm climates, the Curcin fruit can be found growing in the United Kingdom, Japan, China, and many other places around the world. A fast-growing tree that'll grow up to 10 feet or 3 meters in 2 years. It will produce blueberry-like green fruits that'll ripen to a reddish color. Being the size of a large blueberry with tough skin, the texture inside is that of having tons of tiny Rice Krispies. The Curcin fruit has the aroma of cotton candy, can't complain with that, and offers a juicy, sweet and sour tart eating experience. Eaten raw, made into jam and baked goods, the tree's leaves can also be used for making tea. Oddly enough, this fruit is used to catch fish along riverbanks in Brazil, as they are attracted to the fruit that falls into the river. Being a fast-growing tree, the timber of these trees is durable and lightweight and used in construction. Able to grow in poor soil conditions, this tree is heavily propagated by birds and bats. Curcin are low in carbohydrates and full of vitamin C, A, and folate. They've been used traditionally to treat migraines, headaches, and gout, offer antibacterial and anti-cancer properties, and help lower blood sugar. Number 8, Milk apple. First documented by a Spanish explorer in the 1500s in Peru, this fruit thrives in warm tropical climates, most notably found along roadsides in the Philippines, Guatemala, Panama, the Caribbean, India, and Zanzibar. The milk apple is commercially grown on a small scale in Florida in the United States. Commonly also known as the star apple, this green to purplish fruit has a star-like shape on the inside. The purple fruits are more frequently found where the yellow ones rarely. In Nigeria, they have a local variety that's orange, produced on a rapid-growing tree up to 65 feet or 20 meters tall. The milk apple has a smooth, almost leathery skin with multiple gelatinous seed pouches. The creamy and milky eating experience isn't great when it's at room temperature. When chilled though, this fruit becomes a delicious sweet dessert, tasting like a mix of persimmon, lychee, and apple. Measuring about the size of a large apple, only the inside flesh is edible. Both the rind and peel are rich in latex, something you don't want to consume. A creamy addition to a smoothie, this fruit is also great for making dairy-free ice cream. Great fruit to strengthen the bones, milk apple is jam-packed full of calcium and phosphorus. When you think of the mineral iron, meat and beans come to mind, but believe it or not, the milk apple is a potent source. Low in fat and calories, the star apple is high in fiber, making an ideal weight loss fruit. Number 7, Oregon grape. This evergreen shrub that is immune to wilting is native to, you guessed it, Oregon, found throughout the US Pacific Northwest and neighboring Canadian soils. This berry isn't commercially cultivated. Multiple varieties exist, with the tall and low bush being the most common. The tall is used mostly for landscaping, where the low is almost exclusively found in the woods. This footage you see here was taken 4 hours hike up the side of a steep mountain near the top in a protected forest. A little bit of sweet with a whole lot of sour. This fruit is like nature's Sour Patch Kids. Quite a juicy berry, the Oregon grape is refreshing on a hot day, but don't chomp down on those oval-shaped seeds inside or you're in for a nasty, bitter rush. The seeds can easily be spit out and should be done so, otherwise the bitter taste will overwhelm all the sour goodness. You need to check the leaf shape to make sure you're eating an Oregon grape versus a wild blueberry, but really the sour taste will instantly give it away. They're consumed raw, made into jams, jellies, and fresh pressed juice. The berries are used to create a unique purple dye, where the inner bark will yield a yellow dye. The Oregon grape offers a traditional remedy to fix many stomach issues, like infections, gastroesophageal reflux disease, stomach ulcers, upset stomach, and cleansing the bowels. Number 6. Mangosteen. One of the most delicious creations to ever grace planet Earth, the mangosteen has been dubbed the queen of fruits. Now if you're wondering, durian holds the title of king, but I can't say I agree with that. The mangosteen is purple on the outside and white on the inside, grown on a tree up to 82 feet or 25 meters tall. This tree originates from Malaysia and Indonesia and can take up to 20 years to bear fruit. A banned fruit in the United States up until 2007, the ban on imports was lifted as long as the fruit was irradiated before leaving Thailand. Central American and Caribbean cultivators are now supplying non-irradiated fruit as they don't carry pests. Getting into the fruit isn't as easy as it looks. The outside can be hard as a rock, but the flesh on the inside is soft and delicate. A hammer isn't the right tool for this job. Instead, first picking a mangosteen that has skin that depresses when firmly squeezed is a good start. Using a fingernail or a knife to cut into the outer shell, but not deeply, is the first step. A delicate pinch, squeeze, and rotate of the two halves will reveal the jelly-like pods. 1 or 2 seeds will be present among all of these pods. The initial bite is a juicy explosion of tropical perfection you never want to end. An indescribable mix of lychee, banana, peach, and vanilla will saturate your mouth with pleasant sweetness. Juiced, frozen, made into ice cream, and used in desserts, the mangosteen is versatile with its uses, but really it should be eaten fresh. Touted for its antibacterial, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory properties, this fruit is full of antioxidants, yeah that was a mouthful, that fight free radicals. Number 5. Langsat. The dulku, lanzones, or langsat fruit is one that's native to Southeast Asia, but grows in Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei, Thailand, and the Philippines. Reaching up to 98 feet or 30 meters tall, this tree can produce fruit for 100 years. The fruit measures about the size of a small plum. It looks like a potato, but don't be fooled. The langsat is amazingly sweet, followed by a sour twist. The firm shell holds a jelly-like pod on the inside, as well as a few inedible seeds. Having a similar texture to lychee, the langsat has a taste of its own. Tasting like a mix of a grape and grapefruit, this fruit grows in clusters just as grapes do. Eaten mostly raw, but sometimes cooked, the langsat is used in beverages, fruit salads, jellies, jams, and desserts. High in vitamin C, B-complex vitamins, thiamine, riboflavin, and electrolytes, the langsat is effective at maintaining good eye and dental health, anti-aging, managing cholesterol, relieving migraines, and protecting the skin. The seeds of the fruit are pounded and mixed with water and drank as a medication for deworming and ulcers. The leaves of the tree are juiced and used as eye drops to reduce inflammation. You gotta wonder who's the first to try that out. Number 4. Nam Nam fruit. Starting its journey in Malaysia, the Nam Nam fruit, or Namu Namu in Indonesian, which is named after a flat similar looking pastry, is found in the northern parts of the country. This fruit can also be found in India, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia. Growing on a shrubby tree up to 50 feet or 15 meters tall, the Nam Nam fruit is unlike all others. If potted, this shrub can be pruned into an ornamental looking bonsai tree. Looking like a vomited up pakora, this lumpy greenish yellow fruit is wrinkly and gross on the outside and the inside. A seam along the side of this fruit is your gateway to the inside. Within the wrinkly, rough, juicy flesh are large seeds you don't want to eat. When ripe, they turn yellow, which is also when their scent and sour flavor will develop. Eaten raw and cooked with sugar to make a sweet compote, as well as pickled, this fruit is used in making sambal, a pounded chili condiment. A sour beverage called starbit juice has nam nam mixed with beets, starfruit, and honey. On the savory side, nam nam is used in curries, fried with batter to create a fritter, and fruit salad with a peanut sauce. Offering vitamin C, A, and antioxidants, the seeds provide oil used in treating skin diseases. Young leaves of the nam nam can be used as an anti-diarrhea solution. Not commercially produced due to their short shelf life, Malaysia is the place to go if you want to try this fruit. Number 3. Pacific crabapple. Found growing along lakesides and stream banks up to mid-elevations, the Pacific crabapple is home to Vancouver Island. Known as deer candy, they're found in moist open woodlands, with a single Pacific crabapple tree providing an abundance for many deer to enjoy. Being elongated in shape, this wild crabapple takes on a distinct eating experience depending on the ripeness of the fruit. The hard apples will eat like a typical apple, but is sweet and sour at the same time. The soft apples are very tart and taste like apple cider. When soft, you can pull the stem off the apple and suck out all the soft pulp and juice. They feel almost like the texture of a soft grape. The flavor is very crisp and sharp and incredibly refreshing. These apples go well in a smoothie, but it should be noted there's 2 seeds per apple that you don't want to consume. These little wild crab apples are a nice raw snack and can be substituted in place for apples or crab apples in pies, applesauce, and turnovers. The bark of this tree is traditionally used for digestive disorders, externally on wounds, and as an eye wash. Don't ask me how that works. The leaves are a common place for butterfly larvae, where the wood is used to make small tools like mallets. Number 2. Borojo fruit. Native to Colombian rainforests and found in Ecuador and Panama, this large fruit is one that requires preparation to consume. Borojo fruit, or head-shaped fruit as it's known, is one that is required to be tree ripened. The mature fruit will fall onto the ground when it's ready to be consumed. If picked off the tree early, it'll be completely inedible. Even when it's ripe and edible, eaten raw, it has a strong bitter taste most would spit out. In Colombia, to be enjoyed, this fruit is made into a drink. It's mixed with milk, eggs, water, and sugar. It can also be found in local ice creams and jellies. The most popular beverage, called jugo de amor or love juice, Borojo is an aphrodisiac, a known libido booster, natural energizer, and appetite suppressant. This fruit offers 3 times more amino acids than meat. Being a frontrunner on the ORAC, or Oxygen Radical Absorbance Capacity Scale, Borojo clocks in with a score of 5,440, almost 2,000 points higher than red wine and strawberries. Being high in vitamin C, potassium, iron, calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, Borojo is actually one of the highest phosphorus-rich fruits on the planet. These high phosphorus levels provide the body with energy and improve brain function. Number 1. Porcelain berry. Hailing from Asia, the Amur peppervine, wild grape or porcelain berry, is a small blueberry-sized berry with fantastic color to it. Classified as an invasive species in some parts of the United States, this deciduous climbing vine can reach up to 65 feet or 20 meters long. It can achieve this length thanks to little tendrils that reach out and grab onto something, like other plants or a trellis. Being a fall berry, the porcelain berry ripens in September through October. Throughout the ripening process, it changes colors multiple times. The fruit will start off green, then ripen to a dark purple, to a navy blue color, and finally a light teal color. It's probably one of the, if not the only teal-colored fruits on Earth. Can you name another? As the color comes in, so does its starry night spots. For a berry that looks so visually appealing, the same can't be said for its flavor. Offering an earthy, woody initial bite, followed up by a bitter, astringent aftertaste, this isn't a berry the neighbors are going to be stealing off the bush in the middle of the night. Its mealy texture with low amount of juice, compared to a blueberry, leaves one unsatisfied when eating it. To top it off, each berry has one big unpleasant seed in the middle that needs to be spit out. Despite its low score on the taste test, porcelain berry offers anti-cancer properties as well as being able to help reduce pain and inflammation. A decoction or liquor made from the roots of this plant were traditionally used to minimize tumors and alleviate bleeding hemorrhoids, so it's not all bad with this berry.